all this focus on my guitar sound. And I asked myself, I said, you know, I used to be so much better a guitarist. What happened? No, I didn't ask what happened. I said, what's the difference, right? What did I do differently? What was different about back then than it is today, right? And so I started to really, my subconscious came through with some really nice answers. I've been using a medium pick for many years now. And I used to use a soft. And by soft, what I mean is a Fender red Moto thin. And at a point in my life many years ago, I decided to go with the medium. And I have been fighting the connection to my guitar ever since. If that's true, then why did I continue? Okay. Well, first there's the philosophy that I have, or the principle rather, derived by my philosophy, that when I make a change in any of the part of the setup, that I gotta really commit to it for a really long period of time so that I can really focus on what is going on, okay? And then when I can make a change from there, I really understand what my gear is doing, right? It's very clear to me. It's like a door of perception that just opens up. So what I did was I locked on to this medium thick pick for so many years now. Why? Okay, why? After using a soft for so long. Well, I have this online mentor, Klaus. He uses a medium, and his opinion was such and such. And when I was studying music in the music halls of the school at Cabrillo College, there was a poster up on the wall. And it had all picks. And the picks that different musicians that were well known, and the brand and the thickness. And I looked at that poster and nobody was using a soft pick. It was always a medium or some decimal that I didn't know whether it was soft or medium, and assumed that it was the medium range because I use a Fender at this point, soft, and it doesn't have a millimeter, so I don't know what the actual thickness is, and I've never measured it myself. My friend Nathan, he recommended that I use a medium. And he was this such an incredibly fantastic acoustic guitar player and a lunatic electric player, just pretty out there. But again, and just amazing technique, right? Okay, I was just talking about his aesthetic. I fantasized about his, like, where his aesthetic took me, but in terms of his technique, it was just unbelievable, right? And he said a medium, right? So all these people, right? So I was convinced that I should go with the medium. All the people that I respected were recommending medium, and I found it very difficult. But again, I have this principle where I must really, if I'm going to make a change of anything in the setup, I got to really commit to it and then really get into it over time and give it a really good chance, right? To really dive deep. And so I have. And when I ask myself that question about how I was so much better in the past, I went looking for another pick. And the answer was that I had a thin pick. And now it's like 180 degrees in the opposite direction. I wonder, since this is a reconnection to music that was so long ago, that I bet that I was using a thin pick the first time around. I can't say whether or not that I really was, but my instinct tells me that is, I was using a thin pick way back when I didn't have anyone's opinions influencing what I was doing. And it just made sense to me. And since I'm revisiting it, using the thin pick immediately reattaches me to some kind of very, to technique that is already ingrained in me a long time ago. And there's something about using a medium pick that disconnects me.